What's up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 19 of the Rocky Road Podcast. I'm your co-host, Trey, and as always, I'm joined here by co-host, Rick. And if you watched last episode, you know this is a huge episode for us today. But before we get into that, who we representing today?
Today is the 2018-2019 Brooklyn Nets City Edition jersey, D'Angelo Russell. This is one of my favorite jerseys I've ever seen, because this was the year that Brooklyn was supposed to be trash. They were awful, but then D'Angelo Russell had an all-star level season, ended up leading Brooklyn to the playoffs. And have you ever seen that meme where it's just like the Brooklyn Nets and they're just like jumping around?
You talking about the bench, and they're like, that's what I thought of
this was this season, and this was this jersey that they wore. D'Angelo Russell had that iconic arm sleeve he wore, and I just the vibes around this team was just amazing. Now this is a Biggie inspired jersey made by Jay-Z, because Jay-Z's the owner, or I think he's the main owner of the Brooklyn Nets, or he has a lot of pull to it. And yeah, I love it.
You know, when you said the celebrate, those celebrations that year were great.
Yeah.
But every time I see that clip on TikTok, it never fails a couple scrolls after. You remember when Jaylen Brown got hurt on the Celtics and he was like on the ground?
Yes.
And then they pasted, and then the dude's holding him on the side. He got his hand on it. Oh, if you find a picture, please put it up. He has his hand on him. He's like this. And the caption's like, "See, baby, that's why I don't want you out there."
Yes.
I always see that a couple scrolls after. So when you said that, that's the first thing I thought of. Yeah. They said he was holding he be holding him like MJ holds Spider-Man. I was like, stop, dude.
Man, that's crazy. But it's crazy because this is a jersey inspired by a rapper, made by a rapper. And this episode, we're actually going to show y'all the process that we have done this past week. We've been extremely busy. It's been chaotic at times, but we have been working on a song for y'all. And today's episode, we're going to show y'all the process of it. So we are going to get into a little deep dive, a little behind the scenes of how each song was made. What up, y'all? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's so we recorded last episode, like, oh my goodness, here I just took a shower. My fault, y'all. We recorded last episode like a couple days ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even started on this. I don't even know where to begin. As Trey said, you know, I've never used BandLab. I've never made a song. I don't know where to begin. I currently have like these freestyle things, and like I've been trying. Like, it gives you like 6 words. But let's see. Oh, I'm gonna let this one go through. Let's see. Let's see the words. Know exactly how you ride. Why you in the shadows, man? You just tryna hide. I get in the plane, you know, I'm just tryna glide. This ain't June, talking all your pride. But like, I only got through like 4 of the words. You gotta get through like 6 of them. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm locking in today. Today's Thursday, and yes, I do have Sunday school to teach on Sunday. If I can just make it through Sunday, I have a little bit more time. But like, I'm locking in today, and my goal is tonight. If I can learn just how to put something into BandLab, and I want to find my beat. If I can find my beat and put it into BandLab, or whatever software I use, or whatever you use, I will call that a success for today. So that's my goal. That's my goal for today. So yeah. Alright, so been searching for some beats. I found some good ones, couple, but I haven't really found that one yet. And part of that's also I probably haven't found the one yet because I really don't know what beat I'm looking for. I'm just looking for everything right now. I do have some ideas for my song. I think I want it to be like the first verse, or the first main idea, the first point is that, I'm prideful. You walk into any place and I'm filled with pride. I'm the man, nobody can touch me. Basically, I'm invincible, but then Christ comes along and teaches me, like, hey, pride comes before the fall. Something like that. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Or like almost this like struggle, like the two voices speaking to yourself. Do you choose your pride or do you choose what the Holy Spirit wants? And in the end, the Holy Spirit wins. But I've been thinking. I tried to do one of those little rap game things again. It didn't work. Didn't work ever. It didn't work again. But I think I'm about to watch this basketball again, and then I'll get back to what I'm supposed to be doing.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Trey. Right now, me and Rhett are in a competition to see who can make the better song. He's rapping, and I'm doing a pop-style song. We're supposed to be vlogging it, and it's Sunday. Song drops Tuesday, or the vlogs drop Tuesday, and I have vlogged nothing. So, welcome to the vlog. Since I've already kind of completed the song, what I'm gonna do is walk y'all through my thought process on how this song went from a dumb podcast challenge to a kind of personal song from within. All right, so I hope y'all like it and stay tuned for the rest of the vlog.
All right, y'all. So last time I was with y'all, I told y'all it was going to be a couple of days. Like, I had to get through Sunday school. Well, first off, I didn't actually teach Sunday school. Someone else did. But I've been putting this off for too long. I've put it off for so long. I started school again. You see, I'm with the cam now. I'm at University of Mobile. We got some new rooms and stuff. But I've been spending this time in between classes getting some things down. I have officially started it. And I'm not gonna show y'all right now what all I got, but I think I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand it a little bit. I still haven't learned BandLab yet, but at least we're getting words down, and at least I'm getting my flow down and stuff. So yeah, I will see y'all later.
So when me and Rhett drew, of course Rhett has rap, I had pop. He got pride. Something with pride, and I got battle with yourself. And as I was kind of thinking through what I wanted the song to kind of represent, started thinking, instead of telling you there's a battle, I want y'all to hear the battle. So there's one part, it's two souls talking to each other, and one soul is basically asking God, like, hey, why weren't you there for me? If you seen that I was struggling and you seen that I was falling, why'd you let me struggle? Why'd you let me fall? Why didn't you reveal yourself to me? But then there's another soul who has experienced God and who's worshiping God through everything. Even through the falls and the fails, he's still worshiping God. And at the time, I feel like both of those were me. So that's why it kind of takes a personal impact to me in my life.
All right, y'all. It's been a couple days, and I think the song is coming along pretty nicely. I have done some voice memos with the beat playing in the background and make sure everything sounds right, and it does. Like, everything seems to flow really well. Doesn't seem to be too offbeat, which I probably will. But yeah, so I'm getting it done. I think I have about one more verse to get done. Now, I hope I can find out. Still haven't found out how to use BandLab yet. But I'm hoping I can, like, in the song, beat earlier. I'm thinking like the beat I'm using is about like 3 minutes. I'm hoping to use only around like 2:30ish of the beat. Actually, hold on. Let's see. The beat's 3:32 or 3:22. I'm hoping to use around like 2:30 of that beat. So I'm hoping BandLab has something like that. You can fade the music out, stuff like that. But that's all stuff that we have to figure out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. The song's coming along fairly nice. I've got some references out there. I don't wanna spoil nothing for y'all. But y'all hear it next week. But I'm not gonna spoil nothing of it. But I think the song coming along pretty nice. So I'll see y'all next time.
Alright, so I was thinking I should kind of explain why I said that both souls are me. Because in this instance, it's not a Christian and an atheist arguing back and forth. You're right. Soul one isn't saying, hey, I don't believe in God. It's saying, why did you allow me to struggle with things for so long? You know, and I found myself in a lot of times in my life asking God that question. Soul one is supposed to represent the flesh part of us, the part of us that rejects God and that pushes God away. I know for a lot of my life, I was rejecting God and putting other things in front of Him, such as football, relationships, money. But that's what Soul 1 represents, not only for me, but for us. Because I know there's times where everyone has that moment with God to where we're saying, oh, we're going to put this in front. Oh, this isn't as important as, or God isn't as important as this. So He's not saying, hey, I don't believe in you. It's, hey, why didn't you help me? Why didn't you show me the way? Like, why didn't you reveal yourself to me if you knew where I was going? You know, so Soul 1 is basically representing not only our flesh, but my moment before I came to Christ. Because I know the things I struggle with and the things I've asked God and spent time praying with. And Soul 2 isn't some perfect Christian. Soul 2 isn't Jesus' second coming. Soul 2 is more of, hey, God, I understand I'm not perfect. I understand I struggle. But Lord, you are more powerful than all those. Lord, you are the one who's came to save me. Lord, I am covered in your blood. I understand you. I understand what you're telling me to do. I trust in you. So I just want to make, like, that's our spirit side. So I just want to make it clear that this isn't some atheist versus Christian debate. This isn't, super Christian versus lukewarm Christian. No, this is a flesh and spirit. When I wanted to make this song, I sat back and I thought, what would my battle be? And I thought, what if I split myself in two, flesh and spirit? What would their conversation be? So I guess you can say this song is basically the conversation between my flesh and my spirit. The part of me that rejects God and the part of me that accepts God. And I guess once I really thought of that, that's what made this song go from just a podcast song challenge to a really look into my deep life, into my testimony, and hey Trey, what are your struggles? What have you struggled with? What are you currently struggling with? Because I'm not perfect. So what am I currently struggling with? What have I asked God, and what am I currently asking God? And then, hey Trey, what does the Bible say that trumps all that? What does the Bible say that puts all that to shame? And so that's kind of why I wanted to say that both of them are me. And I kind of want y'all to see that this isn't just some song that I just thought of in 20 minutes. This is something I truly spent time on and put a lot of thought in, you know?
All right, y'all. The song is done. I finished writing it. I think I have everything. I've played my beat so many times that I think I have it all. I think I got it all done. And I'm actually, maybe song's not that bad. Maybe the song's not that bad. I think it flows well together. Now, I haven't really told y'all what my song is. Oh, so my song is about pride. If y'all go watch last week's video, that's what I pulled. I had to talk about pride and stuff. But I lean more into like kind of like the overall pride and what pride leads you to, and kind of the internal battle you have between your pride and the spirit. And because pride is sin, and sin is the giving in to the desires of your flesh. So kind of going into like when you do feed your flesh more, kind of what it leads you into, and kind of like how Christ can just take it all away, and how we need to submit to Christ. But I lean more into the first part about the fall, how pride destructs our lives and stuff, and how you think you know everything better. Because that's what I think about pride. I think pride is just someone who doesn't want to hear or understand what's trying to be told to them. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I don't know my song title yet. It's not gonna be nothing crazy. It's just gonna be like Pride Freestyle or Prada Lines. I'm not really sure, but I'll come up with it. But I do want to give y'all a little sneak peek into to part of the song. So a little sneak peek of it. Here's one of the bars I came up with. Try to play your own station, but like Family Feud, you get hit with an X. I'll see y'all next week.
So, I already kind of told y'all how I want my song to represent, but now it's time for me to tell you how I want my song to sound. Now, this part was probably the hardest part because I was trying to find the right instrumental. Every instrumental I found was like sad, like either too sad or like didn't have enough. Like, I was looking for something that had piano, but like I ain't want no deep drums, So it's really hard for me to try to find an instrumental. And then I had one. I did, and then I found one. And I didn't like it. So I spent about a week trying to find the instrumental, and this is kind of what I ended up finding. Let me see if I can crop it all up here. The song kind of has a melody. I'm just talk over it just a little bit. But I really like it because it's not doing too much. It's a calm piano play, I knew starting out that I wanted this song to be emotional. But there's a really cool part I ended up coming up with where Soul 1 and Soul 2 actually overlap, right? And they end up singing at the same time. They're singing two different things though. One person is like crying out to God saying, why? The other person is literally thanking God for everything. And I was trying to figure out the best instrumental I can put that over, and this is what I found. Everything else made me want to rap almost. And I know I drew pop, but I was looking up different versions of pop. You got like K-pop, and you got like all this other stuff, and there's something called dark pop, and this is kind of what that represents. This beat is called Without You, and I love it. Because without Jesus, what are we? And that's kind of what Soul 2 is going to be expressing. He's going to be saying, without you, I couldn't do this on my own. Without you, none of this would be possible. But Soul 1 is saying, I was left without you. You left me without you. It wasn't my choice. So I don't know. I feel like this instrumental really did speak to me throughout the process. Um, just because I felt like it was the easiest for me to sing over and just grasp what I was really wanting to pursue with this. Alright, so we're now kind of coming to the end of the vlog. I kind of realized I haven't told y'all the name of it yet. I told y'all what it means and kind of how I want it to sound. But the name of the song is going to be called Half the Battle. The reason I want it to be called Half the Battle is because you're seeing both halves of the battle. Very simple, of course, but I really hope y'all like it. I spent a lot of time and a lot of thought on it. I didn't just want this to be something that me and Rhett just threw together as a joke. We wanted it to have meaning towards us. We wanted it to be thoughtful. The only other thing I can really think about to tell you about the song is, I mean, this isn't just a story about me and my testimony and my battle, but it's also about y'all's battle as well. I mean, a lot of our battles seem the same, sound the same, look the same, just coming from a different person, a different point of view. Now, I really hope y'all can listen to my song and look past who's singing it or even how it sounds, because it might not sound that well. But what I really want y'all to do is pay attention to the lyrics and the conversation that's being had in between the two souls, because that's the most important part that there is. But I love y'all. I mean, y'all are an amazing fan base. I'm so excited that I even get the opportunity to do stuff like this. But doing the fun stuff is only half the battle. We're still trying to reach people with Christ. We're still trying to spread the gospel. And it's just one of many ways that me and Rhett have to spread the gospel. Don't forget to vote on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube and tell us who has the better song. Now, I don't know what Rhett has. I don't know what he has cooking up. He seems real excited about it. So I hope y'all go listen to his, listen to mine, give us some deep thought, and let us know whose is better. Also, music videos. We might drop some music videos for our songs. So y'all might get to vote on the music video too. But that'll be later in life. But it's a straight, ooh, not doing my hoodie like that. What if I do? Nah, that's not it. But this is Trey. And as always, I love y'all and always strive to be more like Christ. I stole it from Rhett. All right, there y'all go. Y'all had a chance to see me and Rhett's progress as we went through and tried to write these songs and develop these songs for y'all. Y'all will be able to hear the finished product next week, episode 20, and be able to vote on which ones y'all like. But it's time to do something that I don't like at all, and that's Rhett's word of the day.
Serious question. Do you think you've gotten smarter or dumber by the word of the days?
I plead my Fifth Amendment.
But today's word of the day...
Not a right way to answer that.
I think today's a good word of the day. Today's word of the day is syncompation. Syncompation.
Don't piss me off.
Syncompation. It is a musical technique where the rhythm emphasizes unexpected beats or offbeats, creating a more dynamic, surprising groove. So, yeah.
I know some of those words.
So it's like, let's say you have like I'm trying to be musical. Let's say you have a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Quit tapping the table.
But then you decide to emphasize the underbeat, which would be like the half beat in between. I think. I don't know.
It's a big word for Elmo.
I know.
So, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't no musical genius, so I don't really know like the 4 count. I know when there's a beat, I can catch it.
Yeah, and this says whenever, so basically the offbeat would be emphasized.
So like if I'm getting jiggy, and I don't want to get jiggy to the same beat everybody else getting jiggy to, I'll get jiggy to that second beat. So if y'all are like, I'll get jiggy to the in between, so y'all can be dug in, and I'm over there. Y'all like, what beat Trey catching? Like my own. Here we go.
Yes, you'll be very syncopation. Syncopation.
Let me see that word. You're not.
Syncopation.
Yeah, syncopation. Yeah, syncopation.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that before you make me lose a break.
No.
Syncopation. Syncopation.
That
Right.
no, you're supposed to pronounce it syncopation.
Don't. All right, y'all. That's all we got for this episode. We love y'all, and with everything y'all do, remember,
Strive to be like Christ.
strive to be more like Christ, and now